If you want to save more money on groceries in 2024, there are two main ways you do that. And they seem pretty obvious, but I'm going to go into more detail on how to do these things. First, you need to buy fewer groceries, and you need to buy groceries that cost less. Yes, I know, that's obvious, right? But I am going to show you a sure method today that will absolutely save you money on groceries in 2024. Yes, even with the inflation that we still have going on. So welcome back to my car. Usually when I'm doing a video about cooking stuff and meal planning, I'm in my kitchen and I say, welcome back to my budget kitchen. But just life lately, I have ended up filming another video in my car in a parking lot during my work day when I have a break. Because that's just how life has been lately. I got sick right after Christmas. So this video was actually supposed to be last week, right after New Year's, which would make sense for talking about goals to save money in 2024. But yeah, got sick. I've also, there's a person behind my car. Okay. The joys of filming in public. I would love to be filming this in my kitchen, but yeah, the goal has been to batch film where I film a bunch at a time, but you know, I'm a real person. I have a full-time job. I have a toddler. Those things have not happened yet, so here we are in my car. I apologize for any sounds that may pop up during this video, any weird lighting, etc. But again, like I've said in previous videos, I believe that you are here for the information, not for the quality of my videos. Now there's someone going by an electric scooter. So, like I said, I have a sure method for you. And the reason I said it like that is because it is an acronym. So S-U-R-E. If you look at the thumbnail for the video, you'll see that word in all caps. That's for a reason. This is a sure method for saving on groceries. The S in sure is for shop your kitchen. And my previous video is all about how to shop your kitchen, the right way to shop your kitchen, how to shop your kitchen to save money. So we're not gonna go over that in this video. Check out my previous one for how to shop your kitchen. But shopping your kitchen is the best way, the number one way to buy less groceries. You're going to use what you already have, which brings us to you. You're going to use up what you have. And I don't only mean that in shopping your kitchen ways. It's a weird way to phrase it, but you know what I mean. I don't only mean by shopping your kitchen, you're going to use up what you have, but also to save more money, to spend less at the grocery store by buying fewer things. You're going to use up what you have before it goes bad. All right, no spoiled produce, no things just sitting on the shelf until they expire, right? Even though we can all debate the truth in expiration dates, you know, we still want to use up what we have prior to it going bad, and we don't want to just neglect the things that are sitting in our kitchen that we've already paid money for to go buy more things and spend more money, right? So how do you use up what you have? The best way to do that, other than shopping your kitchen, the best way to avoid spoiling food is one, by storing it properly. So I'm not going to go into that in detail in this video, but do a quick Google search of what needs to be stored in the refrigerator versus what needs to be stored in the pantry, how to store it in the pantry. I have been guilty of just throwing things into my kitchen in like those little plastic bags that you get at the grocery store, like in the produce section. And that's not good for some things. They need to breathe. They need air. So you need to take them out of the bags and not be lazy to store them properly. Some things really need to be in the dark, like potatoes will sprout if they are in the sun, things like that. So that is the first way. Do a Google search of the proper ways to store all of your produce. There's also lots of like Instagram reels and Pinterest pins, all of those things. Lots of ways you can find that information that I'm not going to share here, because also everybody buys different produce. You may be a family that actually buys and eats those big containers of green leaf lettuces. I want to be that person. At the moment, I'm not. We don't use that. I actually, sidebar, I buy spinach and freeze it and use it in smoothies. I make green smoothies with frozen spinach so that it does not go bad. But you obviously wouldn't use that in a salad. So things like that. Everybody's a little different what they buy. I buy a lot of tomatoes, so I've had to research the best way to keep them from going bad, because they do go bad pretty quickly. So whatever is in your kitchen most frequently, whatever spoils most frequently for you, look up the proper way to store that, and that could fix the problem for you right there. The other best way to use things up before they go bad, it goes back to my second video, I believe, which is about how to stick to your meal plans and why your meal plans are failing. And my big tip there is to order your meal plans. So in my very first video about meal planning myths, the things people incorrectly believe about meal plans, one problem that people often have with meal plans is they think you are forced into cooking certain meals on certain days, and that's not true. If you order your meal plan, which is my tip, and what I mean by that is if you plan to cook the things with the fresh ingredients first, those are at the top of the order. Not necessarily Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You don't have to do it that way. But you look at your meal plan, see which things have those things that spoil quickly, like the greens, the tomatoes, mushrooms, things like that, and you make sure you cook those soon. It doesn't have to be first, it doesn't have to be day 1, day 2, day 3, but sooner. All right, so I do 2-week meal planning, and so week 1, we use up all of our fresh produce. Week 2, I cook with canned goods or frozen veggies, etc., or the more shelf-stable things that last longer, like carrots, things like that. So ordering your meal plan and properly storing all of your produce is the best way to use up the things you already have before they go bad. So the R in the SURE method for saving on groceries is to remember your calendar. So this is one tip that I've repeated multiple times as well, and there's a reason for that. It is a really important thing if you were trying to meal plan, if you're trying to eat at home more, if you're trying to save money on groceries, you need to remember your calendar. So this is in my video on the ways I cook dinner 7 nights a week, the rules I follow for that, and how to simplify dinner, which we'll talk about simplifying dinner with the E in a minute. But remembering your calendar, what that means is you need to remember to look at your calendar, look at what you have going on in the week, look at what your kids are doing, what your family's doing, and factor that in to your dinner plan. I also talk repeatedly about how everyone has a meal plan. Everyone has a plan for dinner, even if your plan is to wing it, to end up in the drive-thru more times than you want. Even if you don't consider yourself a meal planner, you do plan for dinner. If you eat, you plan, okay? So again, you can watch my first couple of videos for more on that, and I just wanted to get that out of the way again. If you don't think you meal plan, you do. So when you meal plan, when you think about the week, even if it's just, I'm gonna cook these days and we're gonna go out these days, that's your meal plan, right? So you need to factor in your busy nights. You don't wanna go to the grocery store, buy a bunch of things, not use them, have them go bad, like in the last point, and then end up going out to eat, spending double money for dinner, right? You're buying groceries and you're going out to eat or whatever. So remembering your calendar. All right, we've got T-ball and ballet, and I'm working late on Wednesdays. All right, well that day you need a crock-pot meal, or you need a planned night out, or you need frozen pizza, something like that. Even using those pre-made things like frozen pizza, that's still cheaper than going out to eat, and it's definitely still cheaper than buying ingredients to cook a meal that you don't cook. We don't want to double pay for dinner, ever, right? And we've all been there. I just posted a reel on Instagram about how I didn't follow my own rules, and I ended up spending more money than I intended because I got sick, and I didn't have any of these easy dinners planned. I didn't have my backup dinners on hand, which is one of my meal planning rules to help me get dinner on the table 7 nights a week. And I didn't follow it, so I did not get dinner on the table 7 nights a week, and we went out twice in 4 days. We didn't go out because I was sick, but we picked up takeout twice in 4 days. And I had some produce go bad because I didn't cook it. So, you know, it happens to everyone. Follow these rules and it won't happen. I say to myself more than you. Yeah, so remember your calendar. Also remember that sometimes we get sick. This is just a sidebar. Keep those emergency backup dinners on hand for either nights you forget a busy activity, something like that. Or if you get sick, something comes up, etc. E. So E in the word SURE is easy is best. I don't care if you are like a 5-star quality chef. Busy weeknights are busy weeknights. Keep it easy, keep it simple. However, to also keep your budget low, we need to go back to principle 2 of my 5 principles for getting dinner on the table 7 nights a week that I keep referencing. So definitely be sure to go watch that other video. It is called Getting Dinner on the Table, or dash or something like that, simplifying dinner time. And the thumbnail is a picture of me going like this because I cook dinner 7 nights a week, most weeks. All right, so in that video, I go over these principles, and principle number 2 is balancing saving money with being realistic. And what I talk about in that is properly using shortcut ingredients. And shortcut ingredients make dinner easier. They make dinner simpler. They help you get dinner on the table more nights. However, they are often more expensive. So what I have found to be best is prioritizing the cheaper ones. So frozen vegetables are really cheap and can be made really quickly. Things like instant rice, cheap, quick, throw it in the rice cooker, it's even faster. Honestly, some frozen veggies, some instant mashed potatoes or rice or boxed mac and cheese, and chicken tenders, like, you know, that's an okay meal. It's not one you want to serve every night, right? But that's an okay meal. But you want to keep all of your meals pretty simple. This saves you money by buying fewer ingredients, because the fancier your meal is, the more ingredients you're likely going to have to buy, and they're also going to be more expensive. So I primarily cook ground beef, chicken, sausage, like links of sausage, ground sausage, salmon, canned tuna, frozen shrimp, or meatless meals. That's about it. I keep it pretty simple. Occasionally we'll splurge. We'll cook steaks at home. They're better out, so I'm gonna splurge at a restaurant more likely than cooking it myself. Maybe one day I'll get really good, or make my husband get really good at making steak. But things like that I usually reserve for dinners out. And at home, especially on busy weeknights, I'm gonna keep it really simple. I'm gonna stick to basic ingredients that I know how to cook, and I'm gonna amp up the flavor with the sauces and things like that. So you're not only keeping it simple by focusing on simple ingredients, but you also want to focus on simple cooking methods. And that is going to save you money by making sure you actually want to cook the meal and you don't say, oh, this is too hard, and you throw in the towel and you order takeout, right? That doesn't save you money. So we're kind of talking saving money on food in general, and not just saving money on groceries when we talk about things like that. So, if you're super into budgeting, maybe you have separate budgets for going out versus groceries, or maybe you have one food budget. No matter which way you do it, though, overall, you are going to have less money out of your pocket if you cook dinner at home more, and especially if you cook more simple dinners. And the more simple dinners are going to cost less in groceries. Cooking dinner at home is going to cost less than going out to eat. All right, so you double your savings there. So that is my sure method for saving money on groceries. You shop your kitchen, you use things before they go bad, you remember your calendar and plan around it, and you keep it simple. Easy is best is the E. Keep it simple would make it say CIRC. The analogy? No, the acronym is SURE. All right, and if you want to learn more about all these rules and principles that I keep mentioning in this video, go back and watch that other video. But you can also check out my product that is going to walk you through all of these things that help me get dinner on the table 7 nights a week, most nights of the year. So it is called the Simple Dinner Solution, and it's an ebook, and it's an instant download, so you get it instantly, and it's really quick to work through. I suggest going through it slowly, doing the exercises slowly, but you can go through it once and read all the tips and get like a quick hit of help in the kitchen. And these are things that won't just save you money, but they're going to save you time, they're going to save you headache, they are going to help you with all things regarding eating dinner at home. So you can find out more about that through the link in my on my channel page. You can find that link there. And yeah, leave me a comment if you have any questions, if any of this needed to be clarified for any reason, or if you have any additional money saving tips, any ways you keep dinner simple, let me know in the comments. And then be sure to subscribe. Please like this video. If you want more tips for saving time, money, and sanity in the kitchen, be sure to subscribe to my channel for all my upcoming videos. I'm gonna have some actual recipes shared soon once I figure out how in the world I'm going to record those. So working on that, but I'll have, so I mentioned that I cook basic things like ground beef and chicken breast and things like that, the really simple ones. And I know those can get boring, so I have got in the works a video about the more unique and fun and interesting ways to use ground beef. So that will be coming up soon as I'm able to record it without my daughter hanging off my legs. So be sure to subscribe for all of my upcoming videos related to cooking, and also I'll have more family travel content coming up soon. So if you are a mama of littles that wants to travel with them, if you are like me and you want to live cheap and travel often, I will have videos on that coming up soon as well. And next time, hopefully, I will be speaking to you from my budget kitchen.